Hi, Flosstube. It's Megan. Megan B. Stitchin'. It is July 14th. Holy camole, we're almost. Where did July go? Where... the year. Whee! Anyway, this isn't going to be a super long update. If any of you are members of Stitchery Express's Facebook page, the group page, that Cindy does a video every Sunday. I was the guest on that. And the video, which usually goes an hour, went an hour and a half. But I've got a lot of projects I do on her fabric, so... Well, technically Gavork's fabric. You know what I mean. Anyway, it was basically a whip parade / plan parade of anything that's done on Gavork Fabric Flare fabric. There were even sneak peeks of my fabric party fabrics, which... the only way to get those is to be a member of the Fabric Party, their monthly subscription. I do both the regular and the seasonal. I don't do the medleys, which I should start doing because they're awesome. Anyway, but when they come out, they don't go on sale to the public for 6 months. So you actually really don't see them for 6 months. So... And since I use them practically as soon as they come in, you basically got to see every fabric that's been released in the Fabric Party since November of last year, including the ones that just came out this month, I think. Yeah, this month. So yeah, it was fun. But I talked a lot, and so I will link that video below. If you're not a member of her group, be sure to join. The fabrics are amazing. You've seen a lot of them when I show off stuff, and you'll see some more tonight. So anyway, there has been a lot of stuff going on. I know that I kind of mentioned before about a project that I was working on, and I do basically display it and talk about it in the video with Cindy, so I wanted to show it here on Flosstube, so you guys who aren't a part of that group yet, or haven't watched it, or whatever, or are not on Facebook, which, believe me, I know there's some of us that are. I want you to be able to see it too. So what I did is, we all know project bags. We all know the project bags. Everyone's making project bags. It's not a project bag because everybody's making project bags. That market is slightly saturated, I think. So I did not do project bags. But I went along the lines of, what do stitchers need? So I know we have project bags. I know if you're part of Cindy's group, and some of the stuff that a gal named Patience makes. She makes fabulous project bags. Oh my goodness, they're fabulous. Then she makes the little portable Ort containers that snap. So they go flat for easy transport. Snap together. They also make a really good bead holder. I actually used this to hold beads. I unsnapped like all but one corner, and it was the perfect bead holder because I didn't have a tacky bob with me. Worked really well. Anyway, so she makes these. She makes embroidered. They're technically embroidered like key fobs, but they're perfect for scissor fobs. So they have the little hook, and she makes all different character ones of that. Then she started making scissor cases that are really awesome. So it's like, okay, we've got all this stuff. What don't we have? So I was like, okay, well, we need something to put all of this stuff in. Because, I mean, it's nice to have a project bag, but when you have your project bag with your project and your flosses and your scissors, and it can get huge. And then it's like, how do you carry it? I know that some people make a handle with a project bag, but most project bags don't have handles. I mean, mine don't. So, what do we do? So my thought was to make tote bags that will fit in all of the stitchy stuff. And these hold a lot, and they hold a lot of weight because they're very well interfaced. I use fusible fleece, so they're very well interfaced. And then I'm like, okay, we've got the tote bag that'll hold all this stuff, but you know, if we're bringing several projects, we don't want to have to search around for all our notions. We don't want to have to search around for our scissors or our highlighter or our pens or our needle case, whatever it is. So I was like, oh, well, we're going to make a matching accessory bag. So this is what I created. And having owned a fabric shop for about 5 years online, I've got a lot of fabrics. And so, yeah. If you watch the video, and I also put an album in her group, I showed off the ones that are all in process right now that I'm working on. And I will be creating more. I've got a lot of fabric. So, anyway, this is the one that got completely finished, so I could show it off. And it's Candyland! So you've got so the straps are lined with fusible fleece, and they sew all the way down into the bottom. And the exterior of the bag is also fusible fleece. It has fusible fleece interfacing, so it's very sturdy. It's not going to break. My original that I first made 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, that thing has been through everything and has held like a ton of weight. It's still perfectly fine. So inside, you can see we've got our fully lined inside. And then we've got some pockets. So we've got 2 small pockets. And then on the other side, we got 1 big pocket. And this pocket goes, you can see, almost all the way to the bottom of the bag. So, I mean, yeah, it's a deep pocket. Anyway, I have several of these that I have made, slightly different styles, that I use all the time for my projects. And the beauty is this size project bag fits right inside. And so you can see how many you can fit in there. And so even handmade ones, like if you buy the handmade ones, the fancy ones, they'll fit in here. This is basically 17 and a half from here to here. So it's a good size. I mean, here's my head for reference. So it holds a lot. Then you've got the matching accessory bag. So I guess these are called wedge bags. I was just watching Stitch All the Things. Anyway, so these are little wedge bags. I know, and so it's matching fabrics. So in this case, this part is the lining from the other one, and then the bottom is the exterior. And then it's got a little matching zipper, little zipper pull. I even put a little charm on there. Also fully lined. This also has the fusible fleece, so it's very sturdy. The nice thing was on the show with Cindy, we put in scissors. We put in the scissor holder that Patience done, and we put in one of the Ort containers, fully opened, and it fit in here perfectly. So you can fit a lot in there. You can fit your needles, needle minders, anything, and then it just fits right in your bag. You can even stick it in the pocket. Anyway, so I'm going to be starting to sell these. So the big tote bags are going to be $60, and then the little accessory bags are going to be $15. And if you get both of them, you get $5 off. It's awesome. Anyway, so I got a bunch of those that are going to be showing up. I'm kind of figuring out the best way to promote them besides just on Cindy's page. So probably I'll do them on Instagram or something. But some are one of a kind. I don't have any more of that type of fabric, or the fabric's out of print. And others I can make more of. So anyway, fun little thing that's been in the works for probably about 2-3 months. So it's finally worked out. Okay, so for Flosstube tonight, I'm just going to do an update on magical stitches. After about a month of chaos, I'm finally back into the swing of things with magical stitches. So last week, was, let me pull it up. My brain. I of course wrote down what this week's was, but let me. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that was what it was. So it was year 5. So we're in year 5. So year 5, week 2 was Grimald Place, and it was where they have the meeting, the secret meeting, but it's hidden unless you know how to see it. Unless you know where it is, you can't find it. So for this, we had to use our whip album, and you picked 2 of 3 projects. You could either pick whip number 1, whip number 2, whip number 12. You had to pick 2 of those 3. And then you had to put 500 stitches in each, or you could do penalty stitches, but I didn't do penalty stitches. So I never do penalty stitches. I have too many projects. So I just went with my first and second whips. One was actually a new start, and one was one that's in process. So my number 1 in my album was 99 by Ink Circles. And basically I finally finished up all the shelves. Now I just have to finish putting the brackets on it. So once I have the brackets on, we're going to fill up the shelves with some more bottles. So that was a pretty simple, quick one. And then my whip number 2, I love this pattern. It's Fantasyland by Pickle Barrel Designs. When someone told me I lived in a Fantasyland, I nearly fell off my unicorn. Yeah, that's me. That's so me. So this was a new start. Oh, and the 99 is on the called for fabric, so that's the I think it was ale. I picture this. So with this pattern, I'm doing it on an Under the Sea. I think Incoming Storm is what it is. And I'm substituting out most cell flosses for everything. So that's how far I got. A bit more than 500, but I was having so much fun I didn't want to put it down. So, but yeah, I'm using all most sale flosses, and I was really excited because when I was figuring out the colors for the castle, if you look at the original pattern, the castle itself is variegated, but the roof and all that is a solid. And I wanted to find something that went together. So one of the first die lots that I got from her was this Horizon, and you can see it's quite variegated. And then she did another Horizon that ended up being solid. That made that really easy. So this is the castle, and this is the roof. And I think the door, too. Yep, the door, too. So, anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with this one. It was a little hard to put down, but I was thoroughly enjoying it. So anyway, that was my 500 stitches on my whip number 1 and whip number 2. Okay. For this week, we're in year 5, week 3, and it's Professor Umbridge, the woman we all love to hate. And it is all about Umbridge. And it's because, she's a new teacher. We need to make her feel welcome. So we have to do 200 stitches on projects that have things that are a favorite of Professor Umbridge. So we have to do the color pink. So you have to stitch in pink. You have to stitch on a project that has tea or teacups, a project that has kittens, a project that the design starts with a letter from Rules, and then you have to stitch on a project that's by a designer that starts with a letter from Strict. I mean, it's like perfect. So a lot of these I just pulled out of the whip because my whip album that I made, because I haven't worked on some of them in a little while. So, but the first one is actually one I haven't looked at for quite a while. So I'm kind of excited to get started back up on this one a bit. So this is Butterfly Fairy by Mirabilia. And this one is out of print. And, I mean, her entire dress is pink. It's going to be easy. So I'll show you where I'm at with her. So I'm doing her on a Fabric Flare fabric. This is back from November. So this is the Grazed Pink and Blue Cloud. So I just kind of started her there a little bit. So I'll get some more stitches done in her dress. That'll be a pretty one. I've got a needle minder in there because when I started this, I was still using a hoop and all that, but I have since discovered I much prefer stitching in hand. So that's the first one. The second one, for printing on a project with tea or teacups, I'm going to work on Woman's Room by Soda Stitch because we've got tea and teacups. And you don't have to work on the tea or the teacups. If it's not if you can't easily see where that is, then you just have to post a picture of the whole pattern. The nice thing is I already have this frame pretty much all done, so I think I'll just travel down here and work on the teacup with tea in it. This one I'm also doing on a Fabric Flare fabric. And this is gray lace with bluish green. It's very kind of old school. So yeah, have the frame almost completely done. And the teacup starts, I think, either here or here. So I'll just do that, keep that going. So that'll be for the tea and teacups. Or, yeah, tea and teacups. I guess she didn't put a teapot. But I guess she doesn't collect teapots, she collects teacups. Project number 3 for a design with kittens. That was a really easy one. Sewing Cats by Soda Stitch. I wrote down Sewing Kitties because they look more like kitties than cats. They're just so cute. And this one is also pretty much, yep, every single one of these Fabric Flare fabric. So, what can I say? So this one's on another lace one, a darker gray. So I only have that little bit of green from that green spool done in the middle. So I'll get 200 more done on that one. Yeah, I love how cute that one is. I'm a Soda Stitch fan. Really big Soda Stitch. And Cindy's really going to try to get these in her shop. So I'm excited about that. On a design that starts with a letter from Rules, I decided to go simple and go with red by Mirabilia. This is going to be a new start. This one I've been itching to start. So this is Misty Forest by Fabric Flare. So she's just going to be in there waiting for the wolf. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. So that's going to be a new start this week. Let's not mind the other like 7 things I'm going to be starting this week. Actually, probably more. I'm in a start mode. So, and then last is a designer that starts with a letter from Strict. So I am going to be doing Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place, and it's designed by Cheryl Granda. So a lot of people have seen this. And I'm doing this also on a Fabric for Fabric. This was a one-off fabric. It was like gunmetal or something like that. Anyway, That's where I've started. It's a linen, so it holds all the creases. So I'll just keep working on the horse. And yeah, we'll see where we get. So anyway, that's the current plans for Magical Stitches. And I'm probably going to be starting projects and yeah. What can I say? I like my projects. So that's really the plan for this week. I don't necessarily know which projects I'm going to be starting. I've already started 2, so tonight. So I'll say those up. I am going to be switching to do my updates on Sunday because the Wednesday is just getting too crazy. And I can never seem to find time on Wednesday to do it. So I figure on Sunday is going to be easy. I can do it either when the kids are down for their nap earlier in the afternoon, or like tonight the kids are down for bed. So, and the hubby's in California until Wednesday, so I can do whatever I want. Anyway, I hope everybody has had a great week and is getting ready to start another great week. If you're in Utah, hope you're gearing up for the craziness of the 24th, our massive state holiday. Here in Spanish Fork, they don't necessarily. I mean, we do some fireworks and stuff for the 4th, but just out on the streets. They don't have a big show. They don't have anything. The 24th, on the other hand, is like a 5-day long celebration. And where we live, there are sports parks right across the street from us. And so all that we have to do to watch fireworks is put a blanket on our backyard lawn. And we get basically front row seats to the fireworks, which is quite fun. They also do rodeo and all this stuff. And it's fun because the rodeo arena, is actually just a couple blocks away. And so when that's going on, we can hear the announcer. We can't really hear what they're saying, but we can hear them and hear the cheers. And it's a big deal in Spanish Fork. It's a very big deal. So anyway, and then this next week, my mom's family is coming in for our yearly family reunion with her side of the family. It's small, which is nice. There's a total, I mean, honestly, when we all get together, there's a total of 10 of us, including 10 adults, not including the kids. Then you add in 5 little ones. But there's basically 7 adults, 3 teenagers, and 5 kids. So that is the extent of my mom's immediate family. So, but it's fun because we can do some really fun things. So we're going to be, my aunt owns, her house has a really sweet swimming pool, so we're going to be going swimming. We're going to be doing an escape room. They actually have a Christmas in July themed one. It's Santa's Been Kidnapped. So apparently greedy toy makers have strapped Santa to a rocket, and we have to find him and disable the rocket before he's sent off into outer space or something. So that's going to be fun. And then Mapleton, where my parents live, just a city over, all their big celebrations are on this Saturday, because the 24th falls in the middle of the week, so they're doing it the Saturday before. So we've got a little dinky parade that they do, which is fun, and then some service project stuff. And then we're gonna have a game night, and then we're gonna go to a water park on Monday and all this stuff. So anyway, it's gonna be a busy week. And then of course it rolls into the actual week of the 24th with all the stuff going on here in Spanish Fork. So yeah, next week's update may be pretty quick because, yeah, family in town. But I'm going to do it. I think Sundays are going to be a lot better. Okay, well, I think that is it for tonight. Again, hope everybody's having fun, had a fun 4th of July, going to have a fun rest of July, and hopefully, 4th of July is done now that Halloween stuff comes out. I don't mind. I love Halloween. So, but it's like, where's the year gone? I swear we were just We just had Christmas, and we're halfway to Christmas again. They're not kidding. The older you get, the faster time flies. I swear. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and go get some ice cream because I can. Because the kids are in bed. I can have some ice cream without 3 little beggars. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, short stories, anecdotes, thoughts, whatevers, post them below. Love to read them. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.